talk to you.
Welcome to another exhilarating episode of Sofa King Smarks Podcast. My name is Chet and we are here to break down another wonderful week of NFL action. I'm joined by my co-host, That Dude Ben, a.k.a. Who Bencio. How the hell are you doing, brother?
I am doing great. Today was a day full of fucking drama, full of fucking some of the best football that we've seen so far this year. And I'm just ready to dig into it because
it was fun. It was a fun day of ball.
It was a good weekend of football. Even the Thursday night game was pretty good. Cowboys lost. Matt Canada got a win because he was coaching from the sideline.
No, dude, sideline Canada, dude.
Hey, sideline Canada winning games means more Canada for you.
He went into Belichick mode, I guess. I don't understand. It's so dumb.
It was great.
He could call plays. It doesn't matter what part of the stadium he's in. His ass needs to be in the back dumpster behind the shittiest concession stand.
Oh, man. So now we know how you feel. But did you see the record-breaking event that happened today in the Buccaneers Houston Texans game?
Yeah, man, that was pretty incredible. What CJ Stroud's doing out there?
CJ motherfucking Stroud.
Dude, he's a ball player, dude.
470 yards. That's a rookie record.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Guy was making plays all over the place. I mean, down 4 with I think it was 43 seconds left. He got the ball back. He drove him right down the field.
Yep.
Scored. Tanked out, beast.
5 touchdowns.
That guy had a heck of a game. Everybody on that team. Dalton Schultz had 10 catches.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good game. Nico Collins caught a touchdown. 5 touchdowns were caught. And Stroud had 0 turnovers.
Zero turnovers.
Clean game from that man.
Almost
making the Panthers look dumber and dumber by the week.
Oh yeah, he almost had a perfect passing record, passer rating, 147.8. Baker Mayfield, he didn't look so bad either. He like we mentioned before, he's one of those guys that you really want to rally behind. That players actually, they get behind this guy and they root for him. And they play hard for him, and it showed today because they kept encouraging him to get better and better. And it was fun to watch. This is my favorite game of the week because
it was awesome.
It was a barn burner, man.
Back and forth.
The drama was nasty. You nasty.
I mean, at the end of the game, I mean, there was a 4th and 2 or 3. Baker Mayfield was dancing around the backfield for 5 seconds, scrambles for a first down, just keep the game alive. It was a pretty gutsy performance by both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It was an incredible game. 39-37, that's not a final score you see very often.
No, not at all. And that come from behind, and it started off a little bit slow in the beginning. First quarter 10-7. Was the first quarter. It was kind of a little bit lamer, especially a lot of people forgot that daylight savings times happened because some of y'all live in not in America, because here in Arizona we don't change our time. So I got an extra hour to do stuff before I started watching football. So I had a lot of people for saying, football, what happened to football? It's not on. Red Zone's not on. It's like, moron, it's an hour later. Like you forget. So no, it was good. I love today's game. Noah Brown, 153 yards receiving. Dalton Schultz, 130 yards. Tank Dell, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, you're right. The Panthers they must be kicking themselves in the ass because they clearly show that they fucked up on this pick.
Yeah, they made a bad decision.
A very, very bad decision.
I watched the Colts game also. They made a bad decision.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad. The Colts game too. We'll get that to a little bit, but yeah, this one, like I said, Mike Evans, he had a few wide open spots for touchdowns that Baker Mayfield missed, and obviously, him scoring those touchdowns would have changed the game. But it is what it is. Todd Bowles does another L-Toes record. I think that's another coach that might be on the hot seat because we talked about it last time. Some of these defensive coordinators who become head coaches aren't good head coaches. You have to have a team where the offense and the defense rallies behind you as a head coach, and the Bucs look like it's just the defense that rallies behind them, and the defense can't even stop a nosebleed. So it's one of those things where you might go a la Josh McDaniels and get fired on your day off, like Friday.
Yeah, that was funny.
The rumor is that I guess he was trick or treating with his kids or whatever, and he comes back to the "you fired" phone call.
You're fired.
So it was him, the GM, and an assistant coach that got let go.
Yeah, they're on the hook for like $85 million for coaches right now that don't even coach for them.
Yep, that's those three and Gruden. But yeah, this game was fun. Like I said, last minute heroics from CJ Stroud. Had the Texans winning 39-37. Anything you want to add to this one?
No, it was an incredible game.
Oh,
the guys are going to be awesome. One thing too.
In the middle of the game, like around, I think it was like around half before the first half ended, the Texans kicker injured his hammy and he couldn't kick. So the Texans were doing 2-point conversions. So they had his running back come in and try for a 29-yard field goal, and he nailed it right through the middle.
Yeah, he nailed the shit out of it. Yeah, and wasn't even a doubt about it.
Yeah, and it was the first time in the Super Bowl era that a player position game kicks a field goal and scores points. It's been done 5 times.
And then after they scored, he kicked a touchback on the kickoff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when they took the lead at the end of the game and he needed to pin because they were worried about, should they kick it in bounds and they run the clock down because they have to return it? Mm-hmm. No, he just boots it into the end zone.
He boots it. Yeah, this guy. So this feat of a player position kicking a field goal has been done 5 times in the past, but only once in the Super Bowl era. So it was the same thing. That we talked.
I think Wes Welker did it once.
No, so he tried it, but he missed.
Oh, he missed.
Yeah, this was legit the first ever player in the NFL to actually score a field goal.
Oh, to actually make it.
To actually make it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought so too. I thought Wes Welker did it, and then I thought someone from the Ravens.
I just remember him kicking a field goal. I couldn't remember if he made it.
Yeah. Because I thought so too, but yeah, they mentioned it a few times.
I want to say he was on like the Dolphins then.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah, sounds right.
But that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to watch. Let's see here. Let's go back to your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh man, dude!
And winning that game.
This is the worst looking 5-3 team I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand how they keep winning. It's cool, I guess. It's awesome. I'm a fan of the team. I want them to do good. But man, it's so bad. It's like the year they started 11-0, but they weren't really beating anybody. They were just doing this all year.
Yeah, they lost to
it's nothing about this team is impressive.
Yeah.
Starting with the offensive coordinator, he's a dumpster fire of horse shit. Then you have Kenny Pickett. He can stick it straight up his ass. He's not the guy.
Yeah.
You're
not the guy, pal.
He wants out of town as quick as possible. Deontay Johnson, he doesn't score since 2021. I'm facing Deontay Johnson in fantasy this week. He decides to score. Thank you very much. That's just the way it works out for me, these kind of things. So, I mean, they have the 28th worst offense in the league. And they have the 30th ranked defense. So, this team should not be 5-3. They're getting outscored by, I believe, 30 plus points is the point difference, minus 30 as a team with a winning record.
Yep.
And in the AFC North, where every team has a winning record. So it's that's going to end quick. This back half of the season, these close games are not going to go the way the Steelers. No.
They're not. If they make the playoffs, if for some miraculous reason they make the playoffs, they're not going to put a dent in whatever team they play.
Dude, John Cena, Make-A-Wish couldn't get him in the playoffs.
Yeah, no shit.
No, dude.
Will Levis looked like a human being after last week's 4-touchdown scenario.
It's tough to play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it is.
No matter what the Steelers are putting on the field, it's a tough environment to play in. The weather's always crap, gloom and doom. Same way like when you go to Baltimore and
a
couple other like Philadelphia. It's just always New England. It's just always crap weather. People play like crap.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to jump the gun on him and say that he's.
I mean, the Steelers.
Shit now.
The Steelers have a pretty good secondary because, what's his face? Oh man, I have his name on the tip of my tongue.
I'm on the list of jabronis you're trying to talk about.
Joey Porter Jr. has
you're talking about Minka Fitzpatrick. He's hurt. Joey Porter Jr. His vagina's hurt.
No, Joey Porter Jr. is ranked one of the top, one of the better cornerbacks.
I don't know what
they showed it. They showed it on TV, but still,
they might have ranked him in terms of Steelers cornerback. Patrick Peterson, old man Patrick Peterson, he's getting burnt left and right all over the field.
Fuck Patrick Peterson.
So yeah, this Steelers secondary you speak of had another player go down with a knee injury. It's just, injuries happen, but it's how this team keeps winning. It's miraculous. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's like bad in it's funny in a bad comical kind of way, and you're just like, well, let's see where this train wreck's gonna end.
Let's see what
it's gonna derail eventually.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be optimistic for your team as well.
Well, you could piss in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. Because right now, Matt Canada fucking sucks.
Side like Canadian, dude. They won.
Yeah.
Be happy for your team, dude. Half glass full.
Half ass.
Nothing interesting.
What do we got next?
Nothing interesting happening in this game. I can't remember anything else that was fun. Just like I said, Will Levis looked human. He looked like a rookie. So, Pittsburgh won 2016. Moving on to my team, who
somebody won, and it was impressive looking.
Well, it's impressive when you fucking play against the Carolina Panthers. But this team can't.
The defense looked amazing.
The defense looked amazing, but again, you're playing against the Carolina Panthers. Was I happy with the win? I don't care, because winning the Colts don't have a team right now. You have the pieces, but they don't have the chemistry, I feel. Gardner Minshew isn't the guy, obviously, to lead this team to the playoffs. So the more they win,
that's big Minshew, dude.
Yeah, the more they win, the lower on the draft order they are.
I know, that's why it's stunning that the Steelers keep winning these damn games.
Yeah, and that's
Steelers should be 2-6.
And that's that. And I feel you when you're talking about the Steelers, because I feel the same way about the Colts. Is they have the good pieces. They need to be on there. They lost Anthony Richardson, so you throw the season away because of that. Now, on the defensive side, Shaquille Leonard has been very disgruntled with the Colts. So if you lose the maniac from the defensive point, you're going to be fucked. And the Colts GMs, the owner, Jim Irsay, he's pissing off these players left and right. Shaquille Leonard isn't happy. Jonathan Taylor wasn't happy in the beginning. Your two best players on offensive defense are pissed off, and you're in the locker room dancing to Meek Mill. Did you see that video?
No.
Yeah, Irsay's in the locker room dancing to Meek Mill, and it's like he's taking a shit. He's like taking a shit and jacking someone off. It was cringe as fuck. And I'm like, dude, you're losing the locker room. So
that sounds like a horrible video.
Yeah, no, it is.
I'm glad I haven't seen that. I'm glad only you have had to deal with that.
Yeah, I had to talk to my friends about that. But Gardner Minshew, like 127 yards, 17 for 26.
Boss, dude. Dude, Gardner Minshew's boss, dude.
Yeah, and then
they sleeping on that guy.
They finally let Jonathan Taylor run, and he only has 47 yards. He caught his first receiving touchdown today, which was yay for fantasy. Other than that, nothing really happened. It was the defense that was the star of this game. Kenny Moore.
Yeah, dude, Kenny Moore caught more touchdown passes than Jonathan Taylor had.
Yeah. He 2 pick sixes, and they were great.
Yeah, and they had 3 picks total.
And did you hear how many times they mentioned that his sisters were at the game?
Whose sisters?
Kenny Moore's.
Who's his sisters?
I don't know, just some sisters.
No.
Yeah, they mentioned it like 6 times, no joke, that his sisters were at the game.
Oh, well, see, I had the game like on the one other TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the game I least cared about, so it had no sound whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
And they hardly showed it on Red Zone other than the pick sixes.
Yeah. Bryce Young, 24 for 39 for 173 yards.
Trash.
3 picks.
Piece of trash.
4 sacks. I mean, if you're throwing 39 times and you only have 24 completions, I don't know. I would expect for you to have 200 plus yards at least.
You would think,
but nope. He is ace. Ace.
Now the Panthers are 1-6.
And Panthers are 1-6.
1-6, sucking dicks.
They're 1-7.
Are they 1-7?
Yeah, it's 1-7. Yeah.
Oh God, man! When you get shit, you just keep getting shit on even more. There's a little more, yeah.
Shittier and shittier.
Yes.
Colts win 27-13, and we move on to the one team is shit. The other one is surprisingly decent, because it looks like Deshaun Watson's labia got better.
Yeah, he's been downgraded to probable with a mild strain of his labia. It was a complete torn labia, right off the pussy.
Razor burn.
Yes, yeah, razor burn. Yes, when he got his bikini wet.
The Cardinals traded away Josh Dobbs. And it like when they traded him on Tuesday, because it was the trade deadline on Tuesday, everyone here in Arizona were like, "Fuck him, get rid of him. He's ass. He's garbage." And then Clayton Tune comes in. They throw him directly into the number one
big game Tune, dude.
The number one stats. So the Cleveland Browns are now ranked the number 1 defense in the NFL. And you throw in the rookie who looked like ass in the preseason. 11 for 20 and 58 yards for the rookie. His quarterback rating was 20.0.
I believe he was also their leading rusher.
He was, yes, he had 28 yards.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing, run game.
I didn't pay attention to this game any because the Cardinals.
I didn't see much of it because it was hardly on Red Zone at all.
Yeah, it hardly was on Red Zone. They just kept mentioning it. Deshaun Watson's back. I had no idea Deshaun Watson was playing because I have PJ Walker as a backup on my bench, and it showed that he was starting, and I never got a notification that Deshaun Watson was going to play, but. I'm surprised when they called his name. I'm surprised he was out there. Amari Cooper looked really, really good with Deshaun Watson. 5 receptions, 139 yards, a touchdown. Other than that, there was really nothing going on in this game.
No, this game was snooze fest.
It was.
Cleveland's defense is elite. They're dominant.
Cleveland,
when they play the Ravens, it'll be interesting to see what they do against Lamar Jackson, and because the Ravens seem to be picking up big time momentum.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, the Browns are the Browns. Their offense is whatever.
I mean,
Amari Cooper finally had a good game because someone could throw the ball.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt had a touchdown.
Yeah, but other than that, they're nothing scary on offense, but on defense, they could, hold it, just about any team in the NFL under 17 points, no problem.
Yeah. Browns win 27-0.
Bills, donut. Thanks for coming, Arizona. Yeah. Kick rocks.
Yep. The Cardinals wore their old uniforms, the full white uniforms from
when they used to suck this bad too.
Yeah. That's exactly what that's exactly what I was gonna say. The last time they wore these uniforms, it was in the 90s, and it's when in the early 2000s where they were ass.
Dog shit.
Ass. Yeah. Moving on to across the pond in the country called Germany.
Germany, yes.
Germany.
Yes, in Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, Germany. The Kansas City Mahomes versus the Miami Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, you'll get there, brother. You'll get there.
I'll get it. Learning English is a second language to me. My first language being English.
Yeah, this was the first ever NFL game played in Frankfurt Stadium, but this was not the first ever NFL sanctioned event played in that stadium, because when the NFL first had a expansion, kind of like a minor league, NFL Europe, I don't know if you remember that back in the day. Yeah, they had a Frankfurt Galaxy, and the defensive coordinator on that team was none other than Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. So
good old Steve.
He was on the sideline for the last football game they're associating in some form or fashion with the NFL, and he was the defensive coordinator on the sideline for the very first regular season game played in that same stadium. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, good for them, I guess. I watched a little bit of this game because I was in a different country myself, and I was trying to get my shit ready so I can come down here to America. What did you watch this game?
Yeah,
Yeah. What'd you think? What'd you think about this game?
I got an extra hour of sleep last night, so I woke up and I was like, "Whoa, okay." Like normally when I get up, it's still not the first quarter of these 9 o'clock games, but it was. So I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do this."
Let's go.
Yeah, I watched pretty much the majority of the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just looking at the stats, I did see that the Chiefs just scored all their points in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, they were up 21-0 early, and then
they just
21-0 at half, and then the Dolphins scored. I mean, they had a chance to tie it up at the very end, but on I believe it was 4th and goal, or it was 4th and 10 or 4th and goal.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Tua fumbled the snap, and then boom, game over.
Yeah, game over. So the Dolphins, they aren't so good as we thought they were.
No.
They have been losing some games that when they're beating up on these sub 500 teams,
the no-namers,
they look good, but against teams that are supposed to be, they're supposed to be good games, they're not looking so hot. So, what do you think is going on there?
Well, you could say it's like the opposite of playing down to your opponent.
Yeah.
It's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. So the Dolphins have 7 straight losses versus winning teams. They have 33 points per game versus losing teams in 2023. 17 points per game versus winning teams in 2023, the average. And the combined record for teams they have beat are 11-27 this year. So I know Waddle was injured and he's still dealing with that injury, but Tyreek Hill only had 62 yards. And that's kind of average for most wide receivers, but for Tyreek Hill, who wants to do 2,000 yards receiving this year, that's not good for him. That wasn't a good day.
A.J. Brown's catching up, buddy.
Yeah, and he had a fumble today too, which
A critical fumble.
A critical fumble. Miami had 3 fumbles.
They lost the game by the resulting points from said fumble.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that fumble cost them 7. They lost by 7.
Yeah.
They could have kicked a field goal at the end and not fumbled the snap.
Patrick Mahomes had another fumble, and it looks like he's starting. He's dealing with turnovers too, which I don't know. Patrick Mahomes just looked different, obviously, versus the Broncos, and just from what I was hearing from announcers, that they're saying that he looks different. He doesn't have that same mojo he had once. So the Taylor Swift curse is real, fellas, ladies and gents.
That his wife's a total bitch.
Yeah.
Probably just a miserable fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his brother is a fucking idiot too.
Oh my God, he's got to be the biggest tool bag in America.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit that guy is.
It's
Jackson Mahomes. Go fuck yourself.
And Mahomes he seems like a cool ass guy.
Like he's like the normal one. And
he's like the normal one.
Crazy Karen, and his brother is this
a sexual harasser.
Like, I don't know. Michael Jackson. He looks like he'd do things Michael Jackson would do.
Oh yeah. A modern day Michael Jackson.
Yeah. He's a little boy.
But yeah, 21-14, Kansas City Chiefs win. Dolphins are 6-3. We'll see how it goes. It's not looking good for the Dolphins.
They're still leading the division. Yeah, Bills lost.
Yeah, but we'll see. Again, it could be one of those things where they can, the injuries are plaguing them. Once they get Akeon back, whatever you fucking say his name, and Waddle.
Achan,
yeah. Once they get him back, they should get him back in 2 weeks now, because he was on injured reserve.
I mean, I don't know if that means 4 or 6 weeks.
So they said he was going to be out for a month. That's why they put him on IR. So, because I have him in all my fantasy leagues, and that's what they all say. So we'll see.
I'll trade you Kirk Cousins for him right now.
Nope.
Damn.
So yeah. So obviously their defense isn't great, because they're still letting a lot of teams score. But when you're supposed to have the number one offense and you don't play like the number one offense, that's very, very questionable. It could be another team that's just one and done in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Yeah, they're not going far.
But speaking of Kirk Cousins, obviously he's out for the year because he tore his Achilles, just like our boy Aaron Rodgers. Minnesota Vikings.
He wasn't the only Minnesota Viking that tore his Achilles. Another one today. Running back Cam Akers tore his Achilles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Cam Akers was the emergency quarterback after Joshua Dobbs, who came in relief of
Jaron Hall.
Yeah, Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the past 2 weeks, they lost their emergency quarterback and their starting franchise quarterback to torn Achilles.
That's I didn't see that at all. That's crazy.
And their backup, who was starting, to concussion.
Yeah. So Josh Dobbs comes in on Wednesday.
Said he was a gamer on one of our first podcasts, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So he comes in with 3, practice. He didn't. So the full day of practice, he didn't even practice with the number one squad, and he comes in and just looks like a stud.
He didn't take a single practice rep.
No, not with the number one team.
Oh, is that how they worded it? No, they said it like 5 different ways to make it seem like he hadn't practiced at all.
No, he did practice. He practiced with the third and second and third stringers, but he didn't practice.
Okay.
He didn't practice with the number one stringers.
ESPN with that fake news.
Yeah. I don't believe shit ESPN says. But Josh Dobbs still put up numbers like he was playing with the Cardinals, but he put up the numbers that matter the most. Yeah, he played better. Looked like he had more confidence than when he was with the Cardinals. Obviously, turned that team around. Him and What is the? Let's see here. So he had 158 yards rushing. Passing. 2 touchdowns. Took 3 sacks. Passer rating of a 101.8.
That's pretty good. He's got the playbook 5 days
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, and he had 66 yards rushing and a touchdown. So the guy was the MVP of the game. So,
not to mention he led him down a game-winning drive.
Yep.
To hit Powell for a touchdown. I think it was 6-yard touchdown with about 20-something seconds left.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just like a boss. Guy's a gamer, man.
Yeah, he is.
Know, he's played since week 15 of last season. This is his 5th franchise. 5th.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Been on 5 different teams. He's had to learn 5 different playbooks.
Yep. And that's insane.
Yeah. It's a testament to that guy being, being able to just fit in and learn on the fly and jump right in. And they call on you that quickly.
He steps up. He might not do as good as a job as your normal second string quarterback, but is this going to continue? No. Obviously, we saw the same thing with the Cardinals.
No.
With
he's
the Cardinals,
going to probably start next week.
Yeah,
and then he's going to have a really bad game,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be back to square one.
Yeah, because everyone thought he was the greatest when he beat with the Cardinals when he beat the Cowboys.
That was pretty awesome, though.
It was pretty awesome, but it had the same feel. This game had the same feel. It had the same feel as to he did the plays when it counted, and it's just going to teams are going to figure him out. That's the thing about these backups. They're backups because they can figure you out really, really quick. So. But
yeah, he had an incredible 4th down conversion run late in the game too.
Yeah,
which actually was happening simultaneously in double screen on red zone because at the exact same time, Baker Mayfield was having his 4th and 2 scramble.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was nuts.
These two games, the Vikings and Falcons, and the Bucks and Houston, were just a drama of why people love football. Obviously, they're bad teams. They're not the best teams, but just the drama they were putting out there was.
And without red zone, you don't get to experience both those. At the same time.
Exactly, 100%. So, no, we're not getting paid by red zone, but go by red zone.
No, I actually pay red zone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
$15 a month. But. Vikings won 31-28. Nothing too crazy for fantasy. Alexander Matheson had 49-yard running with 1 touchdown. That's pretty much the highlight of them. Nothing. Oh, Taylor Heinicke started for the benched Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, they're gonna get rid of him.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shitter. He sucks, dude. He's not good. I get that. He's a great college quarterback.
Yeah.
And he went to Cincinnati and he had that undefeated regular season.
Yeah.
Till he faced a real team. He's nothing about him. Just like Marcus Mariota, they brought him in thinking he was going to get his career rejuvenated, and then they drafted the same exact player.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Yeah,
a mobile quarterback who really doesn't have that wonderful of an arm and it was great in college.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. The Falcons always drop the ball. They suck. Between them and the Panthers, this is the reason why I hate both of them. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible organizations that make terrible decisions at all times.
I'm telling you, man, that Falcons team completely just took a shit after that 28-3 Super Bowl. Ever since that the Panthers the Falcons haven't recovered, man. They've been shit ever since then. So I don't know. They have to. Obviously, this year was supposed to be the whole turnaround year. The whole rebuild year was this year, and
Bijan Robinson's getting no carries. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. He had 11 carries today.
Just, oh, man. I know he's a rookie, and I'm not expecting him to go out and do what he did week 1 every week. But, geez.
Yeah.
At least let me see what you could do with, 16 carries.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, this game was
a Farva looking bitch.
This game wasn't. It was obviously back and forth, but they could have had more rushing attempts. The Falcons too, because Taylor Heineke is. I mean, he's mediocre, but
he's the same thing as Sam Howell. He's just out there chucking the ball around.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll be good for 4 touchdowns. Sometimes he'll be good for 4 interceptions. You never know.
But when you have Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, those are good running backs. So give them the ball. Spread it out a little bit.
Arthur Smith doesn't think so.
Oh no, Arthur Smith's fucking ass.
And then the owner, Arthur Blank, he's even more of an idiot. He just lets all this shit happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what else? What else can you say? What are the Vikings win 31-28 on a stunner. It was a good game. Yeah. At the end of the day, it was a good game. The team, it was a
great game.
Yeah, it was very entertaining to watch. This is why I love football, because, for example, any other sport, I have to be somewhat invested in a team to watch, have to enjoy the game. And very, very, very seldom is there a game on which, like with baseball, basketball, hockey, where both teams I don't care for, but they play an excellent game. In football, I don't care who plays. If it's a good game, I'm watching it. You know what I mean? Like it's why people love football so much, because any given Sunday, man.
It's one of the best sports in the world.
One of the best sports in the world.
In all the world.
In all the lands. All the lands. How about we move on to this next shit of a game? We go from good to...
And that could be any one of them.
That could be any one of them. Let's go with the Green Bay Fudge Packers.
The Green Bay Bowl Packers.
Yeah, finally getting another win. And people on Twitter will be like, Jordan Love's our quarterback. Blah, 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 blah.
I didn't see hardly very many plays at all at this game. Like, the Packers scored late, and there wasn't much on red zone.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford was out because he fucked up his thumb as well.
But quarterbacks are dropping like flies.
Yeah, they are. This year they're getting hurt left and right. Brett Rypien, I've never even heard this guy before. Rypien. Yeah. He was 13 for 28, 130 yards, 1 interception. Yeah. Nothing. This game hardly came out on red zone. And that's the thing about red zone, is that even if your team doesn't have the best plays out there, doesn't have even if they're not in the red zone usually puts your team on there to kind of get you exposure. Red zone didn't put almost jack.
Sniff the damn red zone.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, like for this game to hardly be on red zone, that's how ass this game was.
I mean, these statistics absolutely suck.
They're horrible. They are horrible.
And then I switched over to the Packers' name. They're not much better.
No, they're not much better at all.
This is a pathetic excuse for a football game. This is the opposite of what happened in the last game, folks.
100%.
Where it was 2 teams, where no one gave a shit what happened, and they put on they put on a banger here.
Yeah.
Here in Wisconsin, these cheese-eating Fudge Packers.
Yeah.
Put on a snooze fest for the masses. It's sport. I mean, games like these is like, it reminds me of, I know you don't watch much college football, but Big Ten college football games are so boring, and that's what this.
I agree. Big Ten is probably the worst conference out there when it comes to entertainment. But
yeah, it's very boring. And that's what this game was.
And it's crazy, because this game right here is basically the opposite of what I just talked about in the previous segment with the Vikings and the Falcons, where I can watch any game and be entertained. This one had nothing.
Zilch.
Nothing.
What? Trash.
Nothing.
Doo-doo. And dumpster fire.
And even if you're a Green Bay fan, which
You hated watching this if you were a Green Bay fan, even if
yeah, like
like watching a Steelers game. It's the worst thing in the world, and somehow they win. You're like, how the fuck? All right, cool, tight.
And that's how I feel about the Colts. But at least the Colts had 2 pick sixes in one game. You hardly you don't see that often, but that was exciting. But here, I know I'm going to get shit from my friends that are Packers fans, which I have a few. But I got nothing else.
Facts are the facts. That was a boring ass game.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
The Minnesota Vikings, with their 13th string quarterback, put on a better performance.
C.
Yeah.
C. Ooh. Cooper Kupp, 2 receptions, 48 yards. Puka Nakua, our boy Puka, 3 receptions, 32 yards. Again, nothing. No bueno.
Not a good game.
Packers win 20-3. Move on to the next game, which I actually have something that we can talk about it now, or we can do it for later. But it was something that I found very, very interesting about some quarterback talk. But let's talk about this one first. I'll go within a little bit. So, Commanders versus the Patriots. Sam Howell looked pretty good. I like Sam Howell. I don't know how you feel about him. What's your take on Sam Howell right now?
I think he's not a bad quarterback, but he's one of those just goes out there and he's reminds me more of Baker Mayfield than he does of he's just out there slinging it around and whatever happens. Yeah. So I mean, like, he'll have those games, 3 or 4 touchdowns, but then I know he twice this season he's had 3+ interceptions in a game.
Yeah.
And multiple turnovers. So if he's not turning the ball over, he's a great asset to his football team. I mean, they started the season 2-0.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's serviceable, but he's not that much difference than who they got rid of, Taylor Heineke, before him.
Yeah. This is true.
Same instance of Atlanta replacing the other shitty quarterback they have with the same quarterback. That's basically what they did in Washington.
Yeah,
Ron Rivera, his time's probably done in Washington soon. They're going to move on. They're going to get somebody else, and they're going to get some.
It's
probably organization's going to bring some youth in.
It's probably going to be Eric Bieniemy.
You think they might give him the head coaching job?
Yeah, I think that's why they brought him in, was to get rid of Ron Rivera, because Ron Rivera is a defensive guy, and you.
Ron Rivera didn't even understand the damn rules of overtime as a coach.
No. Again, another example, in my opinion, of why defensive coaches aren't good head coaches, because they just don't understand how the offense works.
I think Bill Belichick would disagree with you.
No, Bill Belichick. I mean, we know the story with Bill Belichick. He lost his offense, and he can't. No one in that organization can coach the offense. I mean, you for the Patriots, you get rid of Matt Patricia, Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator for a long time with the Patriots, got hired in Detroit, got let go, and then Belichick hired him last year to be his offensive coordinator. Now you have an offensive coordinator who in Bill O'Brien, who is an offensive guy, and yet last year with Matt Patricia as an OC, your team was better with a defensive guy than an offensive guy. Explain that. How does that work?
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it obviously it's
and Bill O'Brien's won a Super Bowl as offensive coordinator for the Patriots.
Yeah. And
granted, his quarterback was Tom Brady, entirely different situation.
So I was trying to pull up this post that I found, but now for some reason I can't find it anymore, and I could have swore I saved it. But basically, it had 2 quarterbacks, and they have almost identical numbers. And I'm talking about these 2 quarterbacks got drafted. You know what? Let me pull this up as I'm talking. They have the same amount, very similar passing yards, very similar touchdowns, very similar interceptions. One of those was Mac Jones. And the other person that they compared him to that have similar numbers was Trevor Lawrence. Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence have almost identical stats, but one's considered to be ass and the other one's considered to be mediocre. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't consider Trevor Lawrence to be elite, right? He's not.
Oh,
not the main reason that the Jaguars are 6-2.
No,
I mean, he's not the problem, but he's not out there lighting the world on fire.
I've been saying it for years. I think Trevor Lawrence is one of the most overrated quarterbacks I've ever seen ever. When he was in Clemson, everyone's like, "Oh, Trevor Lawrence." I was like, Trevor Lawrence just plays against shit teams. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks that go undefeated their whole life and then come to the NFL and just ass. It's so overrated with Clemson.
I mean, as a South Carolina Gamecocks fan, I can honestly say Trevor Lawrence is pretty fucking good at Clemson.
Yeah, but I disagree. He didn't have any competition in Clemson.
What do you mean he didn't have a competition? He was in the college football playoff every year he was there.
Yeah, the playoffs are ass now. It's the most lopsided shit ever. It's not as competitive as it was before the BCS playoffs.
That was competitive. That was one game, dude.
Yeah, it was more fun to watch the bowl games before the BCS playoffs.
No, this is way better than the BCS, the bullshit championship game. No, dude, get the fuck out of town with that take, brother.
No.
That is no way.
Yeah,
you think the BCS is better?
No. I said
system.
More entertaining, not better. A playoff system is always going to be better, but the BCS had more entertaining games. That's my take on it.
Well, it's not the SEC's fault that the fourth best team is still garbage.
No, because you had when it had the national championship, you had the number 1 and number 2 go at it. Now,
not always.
Well, most of the time, like 99% of the time. But now you don't see that anymore, man.
Yeah, if number 1 and number 2, if the number 2 team can't win a semifinal, then they don't deserve to face the number 1 team.
But that doesn't always mean that they're better. Look. Let's take, for example, look at the MLB with this World Series. The 2 worst teams in each league were in the World Series, and it was the worst World Series on paper.
I can't argue with you there.
And that's my comparison. I don't disagree that the BCS isn't the new playoff system isn't better for college. I'm just saying from an entertaining standpoint. When it was just the college bowls, it was more I don't know. It just felt like the games were they were more impactful, just more entertaining all around. That's where I stand with it. If that makes sense.
That was incredible.
So, but yeah, Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence have very similar stats since they both came on the league, which is crazy. That was the whole purpose of that. And everyone gives Mac Jones all this shit, but when you have numbers to a team that's 6-2 right now, it puts into perspective of what really is happening in New England.
Now, are Mac Jones' numbers this year the same or through his entire career?
I'm talking about the entire career.
Okay. Because if you just look at this year's, I guarantee Trevor Lawrence is blowing his ass away.
Let's see. Trevor Lawrence in yards, he's at 1,935. Mac Jones at 1,641. So it's not that it's 300-yard difference.
What about touchdowns?
Touchdowns. Let's see here. Touchdowns. Yeah, it's a big difference.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Actually, no, it's not. Trevor Lawrence has 9 touchdowns. Mac Jones has 9 touchdowns.
So it's dead even.
It's dead even. Trevor Lawrence has 4 interceptions. Mac Jones has 8 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence has taken 19 sacks. Mac Jones has taken 16 sacks. Trevor Lawrence's quarterback rating is 93.6 to Mac Jones is 82.5. So
Yeah, you're right. They're not that far off.
It's not that far off, and it's crazy. The completions. Mac Jones has 260 attempts, 173 completions, to Trevor Lawrence's 271 attempts, 185 completions. It's a difference of about 1%. It's crazy. So that's my point I'm trying to make, is that you can have a mediocre quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, and if you put him in a shit system like you would in New England, it's going to look bad. So people are maybe too hard on Mac Jones right now.
I mean, he has nobody.
He has nobody. Yeah.
Hunter Hurst, Henry, Triple H. That's his like best weapon. Kendrick Bourne, maybe.
Juju's still on the team.
He sucks. He's a diva.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked his way out of Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't know why he would ever want to leave Kansas City. He could have been. And all they do is distribute the ball to everyone there.
Yeah. Well, he just didn't fit. No one liked him. That's the thing, is like all these receivers, if your teammates don't like you, you're not going to play. Everyone, the Steelers, at least from what I would see, hated him when he was fucking doing the stupid TikTok dances every time he fucking won or something like that.
Yeah, those were dumb. Yeah. No,
and
cool.
the teammates were getting fucking irritated with that bullshit. So Colin Cowherd said the best. The wide receivers are like icing on a cake. You can eat cake without icing and still enjoy it. When you have a diva, it's all they are. It's just nothing but sugar and icing. So
that guy's a dumb fuck, but that makes sense. That's a good one. I give him that.
I love Colin Cowherd. Love the guy. His shit's people give him a lot of crap, but out of all the analysts that are out there, he's the most accurate with his takes. They're just outrageous. So people hate him. But yeah, nothing else on this game. It's a game that no one gives a shit about.
Nope.
No one gives a flying fucking.
Didn't care when I watched it.
Didn't care when I watched it. New Orleans 24-17 victory over the Chicago Bears. This is another game that, man, this was so frustrating to watch.
It was tough.
So frustrating. Even in red zone, it was frustrating to watch. And you watch what, 20% of a game through red zone, maybe less.
I mean, like a lot of stuff happened, but like nothing really happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like the Saints didn't want to win the game, and the Bears really didn't want to win the game.
Yeah, they didn't want to do shit. They didn't want to do shit.
Every time they touched the ball, I swear they'd go to the Bears. Turnover. Saints got the fifth turnover of the day. Saints defense. I was like, wow, jeez.
6 turnovers the Bears had.
6. Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot of.
You're not gonna win any football games with that many turnovers.
No. Derek Carr looked pretty mediocre. He's usually one of the gunslingers of the league. He only had 211 yards today. 2 touchdowns. Taysom Hill had a touchdown, threw for a touchdown, which is good. Good for my fantasy because I picked him up on the waiver wire this week.
Carr's been very pedestrian this season. Nothing about him is.
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, I know he hurt his shoulder a few weeks ago, so that plays into him, not being able to show off this rocket cannon you just spoke of.
Yeah,
he's never really impressed me.
You're right. He's not impressive, but like we talked about earlier, the facts are there. He's one of the highest throwing quarterbacks in the league. We talked about it a few weeks ago. He had 35,000 yards throwing, and he's like top 10 of all time or something like that, which is ridiculous because you wouldn't think that.
No, because he isn't even close there in wins.
Exactly. So, do you think the New Orleans should have stayed with Jameis Winston? Or do you think?
I don't know. He's not the answer. Hell no.
Neither. I don't think any of these two are.
No. I thought if that maybe Minnesota was going to get Jameis Winston, trade for him.
Yeah.
For the deadline.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. They got Dobbs worked out. They won the game. Jameis would have lost probably. I mean, his cars, you take him or leave him. I don't think he's flashy. I don't think he's incredible.
He's not tough.
No, there's nothing about him. Like, in my opinion, he's had like one good year, and that was when they were the Oakland Raiders. And then he like broke his leg, and then the season went to shit.
Yeah, the one where he got injured in the last game of the year, wasn't it? Yeah.
They were gonna be like 2 seed or something.
Yeah. That was a bad year. But yeah, the biggest thing about Derek Carr is his toughness. He's a pussy. He's a fucking pussy. That guy really does have labia issues.
Yeah,
for sure. But Alvin Kamara had nine carries for 26 yards. Like, this game was just ass.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara didn't do jack. It's not good.
No. Chris Olave, 46 yards, 6 receptions, 1 touchdown. Just looking at these stats, because I don't have any of these players on my fantasy, it feels like this week for fantasy must have been ass for a lot of people.
I had a really bad week. I had a bad week.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No,
Kenneth Walker, you suck. Gabe Davis, kiss my ass.
In one league, I forgot to take out Justin Fields. I don't even know how.
In one league, I looked at the lineup up and down. I go, I'm good. Everybody's in.
Yep.
I checked it 10 minutes later. I was like, Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Fuck. I was like, God damn, how does that slip through the cracks? And I see the huge IR in red, and it's so big.
Yep.
I'm like, how did I not see that?
I did the same exact thing in my other league where I left Justin Fields out, which doesn't make sense because I had Justin Fields on my bench because he hasn't played for the last 2 games. And I didn't start him last week.
If your other quarterback was on a bye, I think it just puts the other one in, maybe. I don't know.
I don't even think I had a quarterback on
It didn't matter if I started Kirk Cousins or not. I didn't have another quarterback on my team. I didn't even think about that.
Okay. I have Jared Goff, but I could have swore I took him out because I was trying to get rid of Christian Watson because he's fucking garbage.
Dude, yeah, he sucks. Trash.
He has, on a PPR league, he has 34 points for the year. Christian Watson. Yeah.
All right, so what game are we on now?
New Orleans Bears. Nothing crazy. Another fucking game that just sucks a lot of donkey dick.
Yeah, that was trash.
Moving on.
I got another game that sucked. We can talk
which
about
one?
Next.
Which one? Go for it.
Seahawks not doing a damn thing in Baltimore.
That's exactly what I had next.
Yeah, bullshit.
That's exactly what I had.
Thanks for nothing, Kenneth Walker. Gino. Oh, man.
You know what pissed me off about this game?
For me, it was the Ravens winning. What about you?
So a few weeks ago, fucking Larry Jackson comes out and says, I don't care about anyone's parlays. I don't care about anyone's money lines. I don't care about anyone's fantasy points. That's what he said. He said it in an interview. He didn't care about any of that
I
shit.
didn't like that you think his name's Larry Jackson.
I do it to piss off Nate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because when we were at the game last week, I kept calling him Larry Jackson just so I could because I didn't like when I went to the game, I didn't have Cardinals gear or I didn't have Ravens gear. I was just being a troll. So I kept calling him Larry Jackson. So I figured I'm going to stick to Larry Jackson.
Larry Jackson.
But this motherfucker comes out and posts on his social media, I'm sorry, fans, for underperforming in fantasy this week. Fuck you, Larry Jackson. You said the other day you didn't care about it. Now you do all of a sudden? Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He sucked for fantasy. Obviously, Nate called it last week. You know, they played down to their opponents. This game just I don't know.
Ravens defense looks really good. So
yeah, they do. But if Lamar played consistently to where he plays as good as they say he is, they would be blowing teams out of the water every single week, and he'd have 250 passing yards and 60 yards rushing every single game and touchdowns. But he doesn't because he's ass. He's so inconsistent. I hate it. All of his passing yards, most of his passing yards went to Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan.
No, not Keaton Mitchell. The rushing. Keaton Mitchell had the most rushing.
He had a big day.
And I want to see one person who had that fucker starting on his lineup this week.
No, nobody.
Exactly. I mean, I have Gus Edwards. He had 2 touchdowns, 52 yards. It's great, awesome, cool. But you have some no-name fantasy-wise. Just it's so hard to have Ravens players in your fantasy because Odell had 14 points in it.
First of all, his touchdown was garbage. He didn't even catch it from Lamar Jackson. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm saying like Odell had 15 points.
Ravens
16
defense
points.
was the reason why they dominated this game. It was not the offensive side of the ball. It
Yeah.
was Seattle's inept offense, and Baltimore's defense was all over the place.
Yeah, it was the Seattle. A lot of people had Seattle winning this game, which
I thought they could have won the game too. I wanted them to win the game.
Yeah. I wanted them to win too, but man, it was tough. Geno Smith had 4 sacks for 34 yards, 1 interception, and he lost a fumble. So, like, what else can you say about this game?
I really don't care to say anything else about it at all. Quite okay with moving forward.
The one thing I will add is that Nelson Aguilar had 1 catch today.
Wait, he put 2 hands on a football and it didn't hit the ground afterwards? No way.
Not only that.
That was actually worth noting. I'll give you that.
No, because remember last week he caught the onside kick from the Cardinals, and it didn't count towards anything for his stats. This one actually counted for his stats because he had 1 catch for 2 yards.
Man.
So
good for him, dude.
Good for him. I mean, he went from having 0 catches with Philadelphia and getting ran out that city because fans hated him to having 1 catch every single game so far for the Ravens.
Yeah, ran out of New England too.
Oh yeah, you got ran out of New England too. I forgot about New England. No one cares about New England. So
yeah.
Good for fucking him. Yeah, nothing else. Baltimore Ravens beat the shit out of the Seattle Seahawks 37-3. Next game that we have is the New York Chet Bonchetskis versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, the Las Raiders, Vegas versus the New York. I definitely don't have a fucking clue how to play football Giants.
So what'd you think about the gentleman by the name of Tommy DeVito?
Man, he had a bad game.
I feel like that name is fake.
Tommy DeVito?
Yeah, I just feel it's not a football name, dude. I don't know. I'm just being stupid, but it just feels weird seeing DeVito out there.
Yeah, I mean, they might have. Danny DeVito could have been a better quarterback for him. Who knows?
Oh, he probably would have run way more.
Uncle Frank back there running around his.
Yeah. And there I was blasting my guns. Daniel Jones went down early in the game, and they're suspecting he has a torn ACL, which he'll be out for the year. What do you do? What do you do if you're the New York Giants? Do you keep Brian Daboll as your head coach? Because he's done nothing but fucked up a lot.
He's done fuck up left and right.
He's done fucked up left and right, man. I mean, him and the GM giving that contract to, and then now you're stuck with Daniel Jones because what do you do? Do you draft a quarterback next year?
I mean, I'm not sure what they do. That organization is dysfunctional. You look at their recent draft picks. Daniel Jones, injury prone. Saquon Barkley, injury prone. They took a lineman a couple years ago. I can't remember his name. It's losing me right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people a lot of their high draft picks lately have either not panned out or not even been on the field for them. So it's been a tough struggle for the New York Giants. And I don't, they saw like 8 good games in a row out of Daniel Jones. And they're like, here's $1 billion.
Yeah, because he can run. Because he beat the Cowboys. That's why they gave him the fucking money. So, as a Giants team, are you just paying your players just to beat the Cowboys and that's it? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
No, that's a dumb business decision.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
But some good from the game. Max Crosby, who's badass defensive player for the Las Vegas Raiders. He had 3 of the Raiders' defensive 8 sacks on the multiple quarterbacks the Giants decimated, or that the Raiders decimated all day for the New York Giants.
Did you catch his video?
Whose video?
Max Crosby.
The one where he almost said the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
It's funny because he says it because it was coming out so easy for him to talk about it.
Oh yeah, that was like every day.
Yeah. When I was watching that video, I'm like, this motherfucker says it on a daily basis.
That's how he greets people at church, dude.
I'm thinking like, okay, this motherfucker drops N-bombs in the locker room for sure.
Yes, absolutely. At the grocery store, in front of the canned corn, everywhere. He does not care.
Does not care.
No.
Oh man. But 30-6, the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs looks like a stud. So with Josh McDaniels, obviously we talked about it earlier. He got fired this week for the main reason was because I guess Mike Davis or whatever fucking name is, the owner, was very upset that they didn't even try to do any trades whatsoever for anybody. Obviously, we know that Davante Adams is upset. He wants to get out of there. Davante Adams is still in his prime. You know how they could have gotten something out of trading Davante Adams, and obviously as an owner, you want to get rid of that contract. So why not? And that's why that's the biggest reason why he got fired. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, the Raiders haven't scored more than 20 points all season. They're averaging 19. They haven't scored. The most they scored is 19 points a game. 19 points is the most they scored in a game for like the last 7 games. And the first game that Antonio Pierce comes in, which I didn't even know he coached with the Raiders. He gets promoted to the head coach, and they win. They score 30 points on the Giants.
Dominated the Giants.
Now, if they had Josh McDaniels, I don't think they would have dominated the Giants. I think it would have
Daniel Jones probably would have had 500 yards and 2 good ACLs.
Right? I think so. Aiden O'Connell, he didn't do anything. He wasn't impressive, but again, he didn't turn over the ball. The Raiders looked like they had life out there. Josh Jacobs looked like the leading rusher of last year. 26 carries, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was an overall good game for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, it was a good comeback win for the team. Build team morale after there's coach that they didn't really particularly care for. He's out of there.
Now,
a couple weeks ago, Mark Davis is just visibly pissed off after a horrible 4th down play call on national TV.
Yeah.
God, the writing was on the wall.
There was a section. I don't know if it's in the same context of that play calling, but there's a video out there where he calls someone a fucking asshole, And everyone is speculating that it was based on that play, that he was basically done at that moment. And then the icing on the cake was the no trade for Devontae Adams.
Mm.
So, yeah, you go trick-or-treating, come back, you don't have a job. That's crazy. That's crazy for the Raiders.
Daddy's got some free time now, and he's got a lot of checks coming in for no work to be done.
Now he's probably going to go back to Bill Belichick and with the fucking
they say he's going to go back and be like an unpaid intern and for the next 5 years and just keep getting paid by the Raiders because that's what fired coaches do.
Yeah, a consultant.
Yeah, consultant.
Did you hear what RG3 said about the Raiders and the firing of Josh McDaniels?
I really don't care what anything he has to say, but I'll hear it from you what he said.
I fucking hate this guy.
He's a moron.
He's a fucking idiot. I can't stand RG3. So last year, we know what happened with the Colts. They fired Frank Wright and they hired Jeff Saturday. And RG3 went on TV and started talking all this shit about Jim Irsay, about why the hell did he hire a TV analyst to coach a professional team in the NFL and blah, 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 right? So he went on this whole fucking rant. Everyone.
It was like the last game of the season, wasn't it?
What?
That one game.
For the Colts?
Saturday, didn't he just coach one game?
No, he coached a few.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. He coached a few. Frank Wright got fired in midseason. So I want to say he coached maybe 5 or 6 games. I don't know off the top of my head, but he did coach. Okay. He did coach several. The first game he coached was against the Raiders, and he beat the Raiders. So RG3 this week goes on fucking TV and says that he thinks that Marshawn Lynch would be a good fit for the interim coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I said, you are the biggest fucking idiot I've ever seen on fucking TV. I'll take Stephen A. Smith's takes before I take this fucking moron's takes one more time.
Yeah, that guy's an idiot. I don't listen to RG3.
Marshawn Lynch is he's a cool cat to see on TV. The shit that he says, the shit that he does, it's entertainment. It's gold. But for him to bash Jeff Saturday because they didn't hire a minority coach, and then coming out here and saying because it's his boy Marshawn Lynch, he should be hired as the dude. Marshawn Lynch doesn't give a fuck about coaching.
No, he don't want nothing to do with that. He have to do interviews after.
Yeah.
You fucking stupid RG3. You goddamn idiot, dude. He said a couple weeks ago, he was like, hey, New York Jets, I'm sitting here. I'm ready.
Yeah. No.
Like all the people on ESPN were like laughing at him.
No.
They were like smirking out of the side of their face.
What he said was that he didn't want the New York Jets to call him because it would take the attention away from the actual team. This motherfucker had the balls.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's so dumb. I thought, oh my God. The nerve of him.
The nerve of the motherfucker thinking that they're actually going to fucking call him to fucking come play in the NFL. But no, I'm taking too much attention away from the actual team. Motherfucker, what? I felt like Max Crosby right now fucking almost dropped the N-word by saying that. We would have been canceled for roses. But yeah,
that would have been good. Max Crosby. Don't get us Max Crosby, dude.
Can we bleep in editing?
You can do anything when you're canceled. Anything you want.
Oh, shit. Good shit. Excuse me. Oh, man. Raiders win 30-6. Next game. Probably the game of the week, as for Fox always says America's game of the week. The Dallas Cowboys at Philadelphia Eagles. Did you watch this game?
I did.
Oh, this was a great game.
It was good.
It was a great,
especially the way it ended.
Yes.
Heartbreak for the Cowboys. Loss for the Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith rejoicing everywhere, talking shit to Cowboys fans all across the world.
Yep,
That's my favorite thing about Stephen A. Smith. A lot of them I could live without, but his hatred for the Dallas Cowboys, it's wonderful.
Yep. And I love it.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
Philadelphia, they were putting it on him for a while. Dallas gave it a run late.
I mean, Jalen Hurts was hurt.
Yeah, he was hobbled. He had a little left knee busted up.
Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play all that well. 17 for 23, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, obviously it won the game.
Sounded pretty good to me. What are you talking about?
I mean, no,
but the kill for those numbers.
But what I'm saying is, like, he usually puts out better numbers than that. That's what I'm saying. It's more. It was on the less side for Jalen Hurts because he was injured.
Jalen Hurts doesn't care about your fantasy.
Well, he does actually. Because I have him as he's my fucking starting quarterback, so he needs to play fucking good.
Yeah, that's why you're not impressed with those numbers.
That's why I'm not impressed with those fucking numbers.
Yeah, those are pretty good numbers, and they won. Those are winning numbers.
I mean, Dak had better numbers than him. 29-44, 374.
Yeah, but he lost. That's the thing is he lost.
Yeah, but I'm talking about fantasy here.
Oh, well, Dallas winning in any capacity is a fantasy. Most delusional fan base in the face on this planet.
Oh man, you've never met Cardinal fans, dude.
What do they have to not be delusional about? Are we the worst or the second worst team? And there's nothing else to argue there.
Here's my thing. Here's this is just again my personal take. For most delusional fans, I have the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the Raiders. If you're ever down here in Arizona, some of these Cardinal fans are goddamn, dude. I've seen people down here saying that Josh Dobbs is going to win the Super Bowl, and not just like 2 or 3. I'm talking about like 20, 30 people like that I've seen when I gone to the game and shit like that.
Man, you think that's bad? You should come here where I live and just talk to any everyday person. You can't even have an intelligent conversation with them. So, at least they know who Josh Dobbs is.
That's the South.
Yeah, well, I live in the South. A bunch of idiots, redneck dicks. Uneducated.
Oh man, this is good. Dak. One thing that I the only positive thing I say about Dak is that
don't do it.
I have to, man. I have to give credit where credit's due. Is that this motherfucker, whether he's good or not, he plays his heart out every single game. Like he actually tries. That's the only positive thing I can say about Dak.
That was cute.
Right?
It's very cute.
It's very cute. I try to be, like I said, I'm a half glass full guy kind of guy. I try to see the gold pieces in the piles of shit of the Cowboys.
Well, there's very few specks of gold.
Exactly. I have to fucking dig deep in those piles of shits to get these fucking takes.
Yeah, Dak's ass.
CeeDee Lamb's putting up. Fuck, dude, he had 191 yards. Receptions, 11 receptions, no touchdowns though this week.
No, but he's had 2 back-to-back big games. So
yeah, but yeah, without that touchdown though, he's not going to get that random drug testing.
Not this week. Maybe next.
Not this week. AJ Brown broke the streak. He tied an active streak of having 6 consecutive games with 120 plus yards a game. He only had 66 yards today. So, yeah, this game, like looking at it on paper, doesn't seem that good, but it was a fucking badass game on TV. Very entertaining. It was back and forth. Before this game, the Cowboys had only one lead change their entire 2023 season. So I don't know why the announcers kept pointing that out. They pointed it out like maybe 6 or 7 times. And I'm like, okay, dude, they've already had 3 lead changes today. Why do you keep talking about that? No one cares.
Well, here's where Dallas screwed up is they cut it to 28-23 and they went for 2.
Yeah.
And Dak had it, but he stepped out at the 1.
Yeah.
Right when he was crossing the play to the goal line.
Yeah.
And so therefore they didn't get the 2 points. Therefore they were down 5 points. And instead of having to throw deep to CD Lamb that caught the ball at like the 2-yard line and was trying to scamper around, they could have kicked a field goal, possibly gone to overtime.
Yep.
So field awareness in that situation, it was wonderful. They couldn't have been doing better organization. Jerry Jones, what a class act that.
I feel because the same shit happened in Green Bay with Mike McCarthy. Dak Prescott just doesn't have that awareness because every single big game that he's played in the playoffs, it's always been some stupid ass shit that he fucks up.
Yeah.
That's it. And, I tried saying something nice about him earlier, but that's really it. Like, he just always has to fuck up one thing. Like I said, these numbers are great. 29 completions, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns. Those are great fucking numbers. But these stats don't matter if you don't fucking win a game.
You stepped out of bounds on a 2-point conversion that you had done everything outside of stepping out of bounds to successfully convert.
Yeah, and
you drove the team down the field and got yourself into a position where a field goal was plausible for overtime, but you didn't get it there, so therefore you had to throw that hope and a prayer. The fact that he even caught it at like the 2-yard line was stunning.
Shit. When he caught it, I'm like, oh fuck, they might have a chance, and then no, they don't.
Nah, he went down quick.
Yeah, he went down really quick. Yeah. I don't know why. Like
Dallas lost. Bada bam, bada boom.
Bada boom, bada bing. 28-23. Dallas loses. Music to my ears.
Yeah. Suck it, Dallas.
Suck it, Dallas. The game that just ended, Cincinnati Bengals at Buffalo Bills at Cincinnati Bengals. This game was interesting, to say the least. For some reason, I don't know if you saw this last year, but there was a guy that died on the field for like a second.
Oh yeah, they made it a point to bring this up a million times this week. Have multiple pregame video packages about it, and they didn't really bring up the fact that he's only been active one game and has, I believe, 3 tackles.
Well, he was a third-string player when he died in the field.
I am so happy that this gentleman has made it through this. I do not care to rehash this goddamn story again.
100%.
Yeah.
It was an unfortunate event. It sucks. It's one of those.
Did they bring out the Hamlin mobile, dude?
That's what I was gonna say, because my friends and I were texting with each other, and we were talking shit about the whole Hamlin thing, and I said, did you guys fucking see the Hamlin mobile? Is it there? Because I was kind of watching this and watching some other stuff, catching up on things that we need to do for the pod. And I didn't see the Hamlin mobile. And,
I mean, I doubt they drove that thing all the way from Buffalo.
Oh, but can you imagine if they did, though? Can you can you put it past the NFL to do some stupid shit like this?
Nah, they have them come out of the tunnel, out of the Hamlin mobile.
Dude, that would be fucking epic.
I would put it back. Yeah. Possible.
Oh man. Joe Burrow Joe Burrow looked like the Joe Burrow of the past.
Yeah, he was moving around pretty good back there in the pocket all game.
Sorry, folks. 31 for 44, 348 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, looked pretty good. Look pretty good. Joe Mixon. Offensive line still struggling. They only had 54 yards rushing, and the Bengals were leading most of the game. Well, actually, the entire game they were leading. So why didn't they kill some of the clock?
They couldn't run the ball at all.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
Yeah, but you could. I don't know. It's just so bad that the Bengals can't fix the offensive line. It just doesn't make sense as to why teams can't fix. If you have a team that goes to the Super Bowl and you need to change one aspect of it, whether it's by adding or removing one player from the offensive line. Why don't you do it? Why don't you try to spend money on bringing someone that's going to make your offensive line better?
Because then you got to take money away from some other one. It's a balance.
Yeah, but
if you want to spend a little more money here, you got to take a little bit.
Else.
Which is why coming the offseason, they're not going to be able to afford to pay for T. Higgins. They're not going to be able to pay him. He's going somewhere else.
And
he's gone.
That's always been the problem with football, is that when teams reach the Super Bowl and they break them apart because people want money, these teams, that's why teams don't repeat like they do in baseball, basketball, because they don't do that shit. They don't break the teams apart. It's crazy. It's crazy how it works. But still, you still need to fix the offensive line regardless if you pay Joe Burrow all this money or whatnot. You got to do something, man. You can't just keep letting that offensive line be the Achilles heel of this team.
Yeah, you got to have a run game in the NFL.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good your quarterback is back there. You got to be able to run the ball between the tackles.
Yep.
Defense honest.
Yep. Keep them tired. You got to do it. If you don't.
Yeah, the Bills, once again, another off-season hype, 5-4. I mean, yes, they hypothetically could still win the division. They're not out of it by no means. The Dolphins don't look that great either. They do hold the current tiebreaker on the Dolphins till they play again later. So
the Bills are another team that doesn't run the ball either.
No, not at all.
They're the running backs, not Josh Allen, but the running backs had only 8 carries for the whole game. I know they were behind the entire game, but that's not the point. You still have to try to run the ball.
They weren't down 30.
Yeah, but you still.
Yeah, it was a 2-possession. It was never worse than a 2-possession game.
Yeah. I don't believe. No, it wasn't. And you still have to. You can't set up the play action if you don't have a run game. The Bills try to run play action all the fucking time. No one believes them because they don't fucking run the ball.
No.
Can't do it. If you have a script that you want to follow, you need all your pieces to work. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Stephon Diggs can't be out there duking and dodging every single catch you throw at him. He's going to get fucking lit up.
Yeah, the fact that they're not running the ball it's not boding well for Buffalo.
No.
Josh Allen is not going to be able to go out there and throw for 4 touchdowns every week, and also you rely on him to be your leading rusher.
Yeah, get 44 yards.
And also have as many carries as the rest of your running backs combined. That's not a winning formula. That's
no sir.
Yeah, no.
Bill's
Mafia, that sucks that you got to watch that, but that's the way it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles.
Hey, those fuckers are happy to watch this shit.
No, they're happy, but they're not. They're pissed at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Then they start throwing power bombing each other through tables.
Hey, they power bomb each other through tables whether they win or lose.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw, you're going through the table.
You couldn't go through the fucking tables. A la Dudley Boys. Let's see. I think we covered every single.
I think that's it for the games.
Every single game.
Nice.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was a good week of football. It was a lot of some fourth quarter excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had that in a lot of games this season, especially at the same time.
No.
Multiple games coming down to the wire, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, we had good games in the morning. We had a good game in the afternoon, and then the Sunday Night Football wasn't bad, but it was disappointing, I would say.
It was just a game that happened.
Yeah, it was just a game that happened.
Yeah.
It just happened. So
the Bengals won and the Bills lost. That's really the gist of it.
How did you think? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I didn't have anything else to add.
Oh, I was just gonna move on, I guess.
No, go ahead. I had nothing else.
How did you think you did in your pick'ems this week?
I believe I got every pick correct, and I had a perfect score.
Did you really?
I believe that. I just need you to confirm it on your end, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, you did get everything right.
I did get everything right?
You did, yeah.
Nice.
I, on the other hand, did not.
So I did have a perfect score.
Yeah, 21.
Nice.
21.
Domination.
Yeah, you beat me by 7.
Ooh.
It's okay. Let's just say I'm better at predicting other things than you.
You son of a bitch. We'll get here. That's the one I'm really pissed about losing too.
This is you can have this because
you can eat this shit too. Yeah, whatever.
You can eat.
I mean, I still want to win. I don't like losing it. Shit. But yeah, I really fumbled the ball there. Use football terms for the wrestling. Yeah, I fumbled the ball.
Fumbled the ball.
Fumbled the ball multiple times. In the red zone. Get the team the ball in the red zone. It's not good.
In the red zone.
But yeah, I make excellent picks in football. Perfect scorecard.
Did you get a chance to look at next week's games by chance?
I did.
What do you think? Browns and Ravens? Probably the best one out there.
I had 49ers Jags. Or that one.
Yeah, let's do that because I want to see. I'm more interested in how shitty fucking Brock Purdy's going to play again.
Yeah, and your favorite quarterback of all time, Trevor Lawrence. I just heard you say really nice things about him like 20, 30 minutes ago.
Oh, no, not me. I was talking about he's overrated as fuck. Overrated as fuck. Let's see here. Monday Night Football. Tomorrow's game. Chargers at Jets.
Yeah, we get to pick them twice this week.
Who? The Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could pick the Jets if you want. I'm not.
No. I'm just saying they're in 2 games on our pick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm taking the Jets in both games, actually, surprisingly.
See,
But in this particular game, I'm taking the Jets, beating the Chargers with a confidence of 1.
Yeah. I have the Chargers beating the Jets. I think this is a comeback game for the Jets. For the Chargers. They win. Panthers and Bears. Thursday Night Football. A fucking barn.
What a shitty game. This has to be the shittiest Thursday Night Football game all time.
See, and I love it because not for the game itself, but for these pick'ems, because it's harder. It's a lot easier to pick who's going to win off when it's good or decent games. It's way harder to pick when it's shit games.
I didn't think so.
I don't think so.
I took the Bears with a confidence of 6.
What?
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
Oh my Lord.
I'm dominating this week's pick'ems again.
All right. I'm taking the Panthers with 2.
Ooh.
I don't think so. The final game in the overseas, Colts at Patriots. Who you got?
I got the Colts with the 5.
Cinco.
Yeah, Patriots stink.
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien, B.O.B., Bob, you stink.
Yeah.
You win the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator, and then now this is what you look like as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts at 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Packers at Steelers. Who you got?
I got the Steelers with a confidence of 3.
What? You have more confidence in the Steelers than the Jets winning?
Yeah.
Man. The balls on this guy. The balls on this guy, folks. You said confidence 3?
Yeah, confidence of 3.
All right. I will I put down Steelers. I have the man. I do have the Steelers. I just don't know what to put my confidence at because I have 4, 5.
You don't sound very confident.
I am not. So I guess I have to go 3. That's what I have left. 49ers at Jaguars.
I got the 49ers with a confidence of 4.
Ooh, you think they bounce back?
Coming in there, that defense, they're just going to be all over Trevor Lawrence's ass.
Confidence at 4. You know what? It feels like I'm going against you. All of these. Oh no, never mind. Because I'm gonna take the Jaguars just to make this fun.
Nice.
Just to make this
Terrible pick, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a confidence of 4. And
Somebody's getting 4 points here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a big swinger right there.
It's a big swing. Jets and Raiders.
Last one. I got the Jets.
Yeah, Jets at 2.
With a 2.
I got the Jets as well. With a 5.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't care, man. My bragging rights for the other stuff that I have is it lasts the whole
We're not
month.
talking about that today.
Sorry. I gotta get my kicks in as much as I can because I got it for a full month. Let's see here. Who do you have this week for your winners of the week?
My winners,
yeah.
First one, I have Colts defense.
Colts
After
defense.
the last 3 weeks, giving up 37, 39, and 38 points.
Yep.
Only giving up 13 points. 3 interceptions, 4 sacks, 2 return for touchdowns by Kenny Moore. Great overall game. Does get a clap from Chet. Good job. Number 2, CJ Stroud, rookie sensation. 5 touchdowns, 470 yards, no turnovers. Game-winning drive down the field. 46 seconds left. Rookie quarterback wins the game.
So
Looks like they made the best pick. Panthers made a horrible pick. And my number 1 winner of the week is I have journeyman Josh Dobbs. Coming off the bench. First week. Barely practiced with the team. He's 5th team since week 15 of last year.
Yeah.
He's the first Vikings quarterback ever to pass for a touchdown and rush for a touchdown in his debut. And he also had 2 passing touchdowns in that same game. So, yeah, he also led a game-winning touchdown drive with less than a minute left to win the game. So, yeah, those are my winners this week.
Yeah. My winner is going to piss you off. My first winner, my number 3 winner, and that is sideline coach Matt Canadia.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Because he won a fucking game. You got to give kudos to where kudos is due. He won a fucking game.
Do you think Chris Boswell think he won that fucking game? Let's be real.
Not one thing.
Yeah.
No, I was just giving you shit.
No, you're good.
I wanted to get you riled up because you're funny when you get riled up. My number 3 was Gus Bradley, the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. He fucking coached a good game. They made Bryce Young look like Bryce Young, and that deserves a win for me. My number 2 will be the Minnesota Vikings. They traded for somebody who everyone thought was shit, and he comes out and wins the game for them in a game that they probably wouldn't have won with Jaron Hall, with Jaron Hall out there. So I'll give credit to that full team because they did take a team effort to win that ball game. And my number 1 is the gentleman who broke the record for most passing yards for a rookie in one game, CJ Stroud with 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. We talked about him so much already today, and those are my winners of the week.
That's a good list. That's a great list.
Yeah. Similar. It's just same as yours, except we just had the number 1 and number 2 flipped, I guess.
Yeah. That was a good list.
Faux show. Yeah, we think a lot too much, you and I. Let's see here. And what do you got for your top teams through week 9?
All right. I got 5th. I got Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. 4th, I got the Detroit Lions fighting Dan Campbell's.
Oh, man.
3, I got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
2, oh man, this hurts.
Say it. Spit it out. Spit it out. Don't swallow it. Spit it out, slut.
Ravens.
Yes.
Number one, I got the Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Philly, fly. My list is the same as yours, except I have a flipped. Number 5, I have the Jacksonville Trevor Lawrence's. With the bye week, number 4, the Detroit Lions. It feels weird not talking about Dan Campbell this week. It just felt off. I don't know about you.
He'll get his due next week.
He'll get his due next week. He had a whole fucking 2 weeks.
He's not gone.
He had the whole 2 weeks to make love to his Mrs. Campbell.
Beating the brakes off Mrs. Campbell.
Yeah. My number 3, I do have the Baltimore Ravens at number 3 because Lamar Jackson didn't do shit for me, so I put him in there. Kansas City Chiefs is my number 2. And my number 1, I got the Eagles. Yeah, pretty much very similar because, like I said, we think a lot. We think alike. Who are your losers of the week, my friend?
Losers. Well,
Los perdedores de la semana.
This is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Who that?
First loser of the week. Miami Dolphins Super Bowl expectations by all the pundits, the fans, seeing their team dominate lesser known opponents while negating the fact that they don't beat anyone with a winning record. Like you touched on it earlier, there are 6-0 this year against below 500 teams with an average score of those games being 39-21. And when they face the winning teams, they're 0-3. And they're losing those games combined score of 33-17. Yeah. They dominate the shit, and then they shit the bed against the good teams. So, Dolphins, your Super Bowl expectations.
Yeah.
There's no reason you still can't get there. It's early in the season, but man, you gotta play better.
You gotta turn it around.
Yeah, you're gonna be playing winning teams in the postseason. I hate to break it to you, Dolphins fans.
No way.
In case you thought that somehow the shitty teams are gonna sneak into the postseason. No, that's not happening. The Dolphins are not gonna be there in the postseason. You don't get to run it up on the Dolphins.
Yeah, you crazy. Crazy if you think that.
Number 2 loser of the week, Daniel Jones.
Ooh.
Yes.
But he got hurt.
Yes, he did get hurt. He's a loser too. He only got one good working ACL now. All right, in the last 5 seasons, this man had 64 turnovers.
Ooh, damn.
In only 60 games. But 24 of those are his 24 fumbles. That is by far the highest number in the NFL.
Damn.
Yes. And did I mention he only has one good ACL?
No.
Yeah. He's down to 1. And then my biggest loser of the week, Sideline Canada. Go fuck yourself, dude. I don't care if you stand on the sideline. I don't care if you stand in the coach's box. I don't care if you stand in the women's bathroom and change your fucking pronouns. Go stand on the side of the cliff and jump the fuck off.
But he won you a game.
The offense averaged 278 yards a game. And this fan base is so sick of your shit that they got excited that you changed where you watched the fucking game.
Yep.
And it made people think that you were some kind of superhero or something.
He was.
No, you're an offensive coordinator to a team that only has 13 offensive touchdowns. There's only 2 teams worse than that. The New York, I don't know how to fucking play football Giants, and the New York, I don't have a quarterback since week 1 Jets. Fuck you. You suck. The only 2 offenses worse than you are the Jets and Giants. Get the fuck out of town. Suck. Kick rocks. Do the right thing, Tomlin. You know what to do.
Oh, he's gone.
Fire him with pay. I don't want him to go without. I don't want him not be able to eat at the nice steakhouse in Pittsburgh this weekend. But get the fuck off. Go stand on the other team's sideline. Fuck.
Can you redo this take, but just more passionate?
No, I don't. I've had a long day, dude. That was me at like 10%.
Oh man.
My gas tank's on E.
That was some crazy ass shit, my
Yeah,
brother.
go fuck yourself, Matt Canada.
Oh
You
man.
son of a bitch. There's just certain people in this world I can't fucking stand. That's what I have to say to you, Matt Canada. Christian Cage said, "Go fuck yourself, you fucking shit."
That's great. Good shit.
All right, those are my losers.
That's a handful of losers right there.
Who nobody could have lost as much as mine.
My losers of the week, I have the New York Football Giants. They're just bad. They're just bad. I mean,
what you talking about my team like that, dude? I'm trying to run.
You got to do a better
professional
job.
organization here.
You got to do a better job.
You don't see me sweating bullets on the sidelines when it's 52 degrees outside.
All you're missing is just the Atlanta Braves hat, and you're golden.
Yes,
golden. Yeah, they're just bad. Dabble can hype these guys as much as he wants, but when it looks like all three aspects of the ball for the Giants, the defense, the offense, the special teams, when neither one of these fucking people play to the standard of what a football game should be, you're just bad as a coach, and you should be getting the fuck fired by all the mistakes you made. That's costing this team in the long run, not just right now, in the fucking long run. When you fuck up your team in the long run, that goes to show that you are a fucking horrible organization. My number 2 is another organization that's just fucking horrible, and is the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals traded away their
franchise quarterback, basically.
Their franchise second string quarterback, and threw the rookie out into the wolves.
Perennial practice squad powerhouse.
Yeah. I know Josh Dobbs wasn't great for the Cardinals, but to get rid of him like you did for what you got for, and then just 1 week potentially from getting Kyler Murray back, potentially, because even here in Arizona, they don't even know what the hell is going on. They suspect Kyler Murray's going to come back for next week's game against the Falcons, but they won't say anything because they want to hold off on potentially putting him back into the IR and just drafting maybe Caleb Williams, crying ass, in the draft next year. So we'll see. The franchise is garbage. And my number one loser of the week, even though they won this week, are the fucking Las Raiders. I said it again.
Las Raiders Vegas.
Yes, the Las Vegas Raiders. That's my number one.
Fighting Oakland's
losers of the week, because it took you this long to get rid of Josh McDaniels. It took them so fucking long. It took Mike Davis to fucking... I don't understand what the hell is going on with Mike Davis and how horrible he runs this fucking team.
His day already starts off shitty at the barbershop. So,
dude, okay, there's no fucking way he goes to a barbershop.
You think he just cuts that with
I will.
Just a pair
He fucking does it. He
puts scissors that kids use.
He puts
arts and crafts with
the Crayola scissors.
Yeah, the Crayola scissors.
Yeah. I bet he just puts the fucking a bowl over his head, and that's it. And he cuts away. There's no way. But this team, even though, and you know what, I'm going to throw the fans in there too. Okay, that's for you fucking Raider fans too. Is you have a team who charges $300 for nosebleeds right now. If you don't believe me, go fucking look it up. $300 for nosebleeds to fucking put out this piece of shit product every single year. You moved to Las Vegas to better the franchise, and you went downhill. You fucking fired John Gruden when we found out later that he didn't actually do anything bad, and you're still paying him off his 10-year contract. You signed him to a 10 fucking year contract, which is fucking it's fucking stupid. And then you hire Josh McDaniels, who's another fucking dumb idiot, and they don't even trade away anything for Devontae Adams, and you now just fire him after going back trick or treating, and you're still charging your fans hundreds of dollars to go sit in the nosebleeds, and your fucking stupid fans are out there paying this fucking money to go watch this shitty ass team. That sucks, man. That really sucks. I will never. I don't care how good the Colts will ever play. I will never spend $300 to go watch the fucking shitty ass Colts lose. Never.
Hey, Las Raiders, Vegas, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, you fucker. Fucking
yes.
Fucker, pieces of shit. Fuckers.
Los Raiders. That's what they call them in Mexico. There's the Los Raiders.
Los Raiders. Yeah,
yes,
no
Los
shit.
Raiders.
No shit.
They win. No, they lose.
They win. They lose.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's my losers of the week. Who do you have for your bottom 5 teams, my friend?
Oh man, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. Starting from least shittiest of the shitty to the shittiest. The New York, I don't know how to play football, Giants.
Yep.
The New England Patriots. This is awesome. Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
The Carolina Panthers. That's how stupid they are. It might as well be the Charlotte Panthers. Charlotte Panthers. And then at number 1, because they traded away their franchise practice squad,
second string
quarterback, second string, perennial powerhouse, Josh Nutt, the Arizona Cardinals. Just Arizona in general this past week. Horrible week for them.
Yeah.
Lost the World Series, traded away your star quarterback, refused to pull your other star quarterback off the physically unable to quit playing Madden or Call of Duty playlist. Yeah, it's a tough week for Arizona. I feel for you.
Yeah. Well, not me. I don't root for any of these fucking teams.
No, you just wake up in that stupid time zone you live in.
I love this time zone. We don't change times. You know why? Because we get it. We get it here in Arizona.
Dude, if we didn't change the time, it'd be dark at 4:00 here.
Yeah, I know. I read something that a lot of places around the country are trying to adopt this thing of not changing time.
Well, they also don't take into consideration it'll be dark at 4:15.
Yeah.
It's already crazy that yesterday it got dark at like 6:50 basically, and then today it was 5:15.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And it's funny because like I'll go to California during this time, and it'll be before daylight savings, it will be like 9:00 and the sun's still out. It's crazy. There's it's not dark yet. It's nuts. It's nuts how this earth works. But my bottom 5 are again similar. I just have them flipped. The New York Giants, because you're fucking garbage. Chicago Bears I had for my number 29 place. The New England Patriots.
Yes, shitty Patriots.
Yeah, the shitty Patriots. The Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Again, these teams are just.
I don't think you could have picked a shittier list, dude. That was excellent. That was well done.
Yeah, I mean, we've already said so much about these shit.
Yeah, there's nothing left to say about these cellar dwelling bottom bitches. Bottom feeders. They eat shit off the bottom of the ocean.
Yes, they do.
They survive off other people's shit.
It's funny because I'm looking at the standings right now, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ranked number 8 on the standings. And again, this goes based on like point differential and things like that. And obviously the conference division and things like that. The Steelers are ranked number 8 with the point differential of -30.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, somehow they have a winning record.
because they're 4-2 in their conference. That's why. That's crazy. And 2-0 and 2-0 in the division. It's crazy. Crazy. You should be happy, man.
I am happy, dude. You understand? It's like watching
the Pittsburgh Canadians are the 8th best team according to NFL.com.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm watching on the screen.
No, not at all. But my understanding is whoever has the most points at the end of the game is who wins.
Cannot compute. Overload.
Oh man.
Yeah, I wish I had an answer. I don't know. Everyone I talk to, I'm like, this is the worst team I've ever seen with a winning record.
Yep. C. Did you by chance look at the games for next week?
I looked at a couple of them.
I just wanted to see if you had any takes on any good games that you might want people to tune in or want to talk about any of these games.
You want to talk about that Thursday night banger again? We can.
I mean, it's going to be the same as watching shit dry.
That sounds way more fun than Thursday night.
It actually does. Tickets as low as $72.
Cheap.
Hey, to be fair, I might go to the Arizona game because tickets are $17.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. I'd be going all the time.
Yeah, a little no tailgate, another fucking heat stroke. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Stay in the car the whole time. Air conditioned.
Ooh, look at this. The tickets for Las Vegas Raiders game next week, the lowest is $184.
Well, that's just for resale because the opposing team is going to buy those. No,
these are when I looked at the numbers for Ticketmaster and things like that, they're set at I think the average was like still 150 and it's still the highest of the entire NFL, which is nuts, man.
That is crazy.
It's nuts.
All right.
But yeah, I got nothing. None of these. Actually, you know what? Looking at this list, none of these games look exciting. Besides, we talked about earlier, San Francisco at Jacksonville and Cleveland at Ravens. That's probably the best games out on this thing.
Yeah, those two are going to be pretty good games. Hopefully, they live up to what they look like on paper. Because this week's Seahawks did not live up to what they looked like on paper coming into this game.
Sir. No, sir. Geno Smith looked like Geno Smith of the Jets.
Yeah, that and I mean,
Geno Smith looked like the Geno Smith I punched myself from the fucking Jets. Remember that shit?
Yeah, well, that and the fact that the Ravens didn't even look good offensively.
Yeah.
They were able to run the ball well. I'll give them that. But, Lamar Jackson didn't even look the best he can. You're still getting crushed. What was it, 37-6 was the final, I think?
I hate Larry Jackson.
Yeah, Larry. Oh, Larry. Well, that's all I got, bud.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I got nothing going on.
All right. Well, that is another excellent episode of Sofa King Smarks Podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a like, follow, and subscribe, a 5-star review, a thumbs up.
And share.
Yeah, and share. Please sharing.
Yeah.
You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TikTok, and Facebook. I am Chet Von Chetsky. You can find me at Chet Is Wrestling at all those same platforms. And where can we follow you at, buddy?
Instagram at Hubencio, WHOBENCIO.
Hubencio.
And Twitter at ThatDudeBen. ThatDudeBen with the D, 85.
ThatDudeBen, 85 with a D.
Oh, I got a TikTok now too.
You got a TikTok now. That is correct.
I do have a TikTok. I don't know how to use it.
30 years
there it goes.
Yeah,
and
you definitely do not know how to do this.
I do not know how to do it. I am too old for this shit. I when I go through TikTok, it stresses
You're
me
like
out.
Murtaugh from never mind, you've never seen the fucking movie. It doesn't matter. Carry on.
Who?
Lethal Weapon? You don't know.
I've never seen Lethal Weapon.
That's fucking
Hey, I hope you guys caught. I hope you guys caught the fucking the show we were on last week on Friday with our boy from Bobby's Breakdowns. We counted 6 total movies that I've seen that I understood the references.
That's 3 more than I thought it was. So
yeah. So, but yeah, I got 5 views on my TikTok on my profile picture.
Nice.
And someone gave me a cupcake. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. But
just
I'm really happy for you, dude. I'm proud of you. Everybody should go on to TikTok and follow him. I believe you're also at Dat Dude Ben on TikTok, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. Well, once again, we'll be back next week to break down this week 10. It'll be week 10 action next week. We'll be breaking down. Sofa King Smarks Podcast. Like I said, please give us a like, follow, and subscribe. And bye.
Adios.
Adios. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Later.
You moist spine.